Hey guys, how you going? And welcome back to the In the Chats podcast YouTube channel. This is where the podcast is moving to as of this week. But this is where we do our AFL tips, NRL tips, Super Rugby tips, A-League tips coming very soon as well. That are going to be coming every single week. We already do it every single week. So definitely get around. If you're not subscribed yet, go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit the little ding-a-ling-a-ling notification bell, and hit that thumbs up so that we know that you are enjoying this. But in the AFL, Hayden, you're not looking too ideal, mate. You know, not looking too ideal. I think I'm up by 8 or 9. We actually might only have 3. Like we spoke on the podcast. If you haven't watched the podcast, the podcast would have already come out for you guys. But if you haven't watched the podcast yet, we speak about the longevity of the tournament. So maybe, Hayden, you might only have about 3 more weeks left of trying to catch me. Do you reckon
I've got to
possible?
get a full round to catch you. I've got to get a full round plus 1 to catch you.
Yeah, well, last week I got 8 out of 9 in a very difficult round of a lot of underdogs. So I'm bloody firing, son. Anyway, let's get into the first game. And it's Geelong versus Collingwood over at Optus Stadium in Western Australia right now. So we go all the way over to Perth. And I'll go first here because obviously I'm a Geelong fan. And I rate us this year. I think we're good, but we'll lose. I think we'll probably lose to Freo next week. We're the type of team that will win against 2 good teams like Brisbane Lions and Collingwood. And then next week we'll lose to a bloody no-opa, shit-house team. So I'll go Geelong here. I'll go by... I honestly rate us to get a decent-ish win here. I reckon 22 points. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to go the Cats as well here. I think the Cats will win. We both have the Pies as our favourite for the flag, but they're not looking the best. They're still looking good, but not the best. I'll take the Cats in a close one. Cats by 14.
Well, yeah, Geelong, the great team. Oh, that's a great pick you got there, son. That's a great pick. You went to the Brisbane Lions last week. Never again, son. Never again. Then we've got Essendon going up against the Western Bulldogs up on the Gold Coast. You're up first here, champion. Who are you taking here? Because your doggies last week didn't do too well against the old Blues.
Yeah, doggies weren't too good. Essendon have been quite good, sitting in the top 4 at the moment. I think we respond here, and I think we win quite well. Last year, we actually beat Essendon by, I think, 104. That was a real momentum killer for their season. So I don't see us doing that again. I'm going to take the Dogs by 27 here.
See the Bombers fly up. So win the premiership flag. Get around the Bombers, mate. We're getting around the Bombers this week. It's going to be an interesting game. This game could go either way. Honestly, this game could go either way. The Dogs, obviously, yeah, they did lose to Carlton, and I feel like they definitely could bounce back here. It's a bounce back game, but it's at Metricon Stadium, so it's not like they'd be. It's like you can't even look at a lot of these matches as if they've been played before, because Essendon versus Western Bulldogs has never been played at Metricon. Just like Collingwood versus Geelong has never been played over at Perth. It's a completely different, concept. It's a completely different stadium, and it's the way these two teams play is. I don't know. I just don't know if they're going to be as used to it. But anyway, I'll take Essendon. I'm going to take them by 12 points, only because I don't rate either of these teams to get a solid win here. I think that both teams are good enough, not great, but good enough. And they're not shit. They're above average. They're above average, but they're not fantastic. And a lot of people were actually tipping Dogs as a potential candidate to win the flag this year. But yeah, I'll take Essendon, 12 points. I reckon that's an interesting game. Not the most exciting of games, but an interesting game nonetheless. The next game, this is an exciting game. Maybe. We've got GWS Giants versus the Brisbane Lions. This is a bit of a tough one, but I am going to take the Giants here in a bit of a shock one. I'm going to take the Giants here in a bit of a shock one. As we said in the podcast, Brisbane Lions, they don't have a good record away from home. They're at Giant Stadium in Sydney. But then again, there's potential that they might be moving this game up to Queensland due to everything going on. I don't know if they're going to get it done in time, but I will. Look, I don't even know if we can do this. Because if this is in Brisbane, mate, I want to take Brisbane. If this is on the Gold Coast, I don't know. This is hard because I don't know if this game's going to be in Sydney. The only reason I'm taking Giants is because it's in Sydney. So I'll take Giants. This could be your catch up here, and I'll take them by 15 points. But literally, if you're watching this and you're seeing this after it's been moved, then know that I've taken it and given it to Brisbane if it's up in Queensland. Anyway, Hayden, you're up.
I feel like this will be a really high-scoring game between 2 quality sides throughout the year. I think the Lions will come away with the chocolates here. Even if it is away from home, I think they'll prove that they can win away. I'm going to take the Lions by 8.
Then we've got the Sydney Swans going up against the Gold Coast Suns. This is a bit of an interesting match to predict here at the SCG. Could be in Queensland as well, just like the GWS game. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, two shit teams, I guess you could say this one.
How dare you
How
call
dare
them
me.
shit? No. Swans, I've got bottom four. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I haven't got the Swans rated either. I haven't got the Suns 2 rated, but I think the Suns will win, and I think they'll win well. I think it is a little bit of an upset because it is obviously meant to be played at the SCG. I've got the Suns by 22.
I don't really think it's too much of an upset. I'll go to Suns here. Look, up until I made this tip, and like I say every week, guys, I wait to make my tip as we're talking because I prefer that. But I'll take the Suns here. I was thinking the Swans up until then, but I think the Suns should get something here. Look, this game is. I'm not watching this game. I can tell you right now, I refuse to watch this game. I will not live stream this game. If you're asking me to live stream this game, I'm not. But yeah, I refuse. So. Suns get up there. Boring game, 14 points. There you go. Next game, we've got Richmond versus North Melbourne. This is a difficult one to predict because this is at Metricon Stadium. Richmond have not been great. North Melbourne have really struggled lately too. Oh, man, that's a difficult one to take. That's a difficult one. Look, I'm going to go with a safe option here. I'll go the safe option here of Richmond. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I do rate North Melbourne as a sneaky outside chance of making top 10. But I'll take Richmond here and I'll take them by... I could go on like a 14, 16-point range. I'll go 14 points. I guess that's a safe option. I'm taking a safe one there. Well, who are you going?
Yeah, I think Richmond is a safe one here. They haven't been playing their best. I still think 8 with the Swans was appalling. And I think it'll be appalling this week when they do win, but only by 10 points to North Melbourne.
There you go. Well, next up we got, by the way, you aren't catching me right now because right now we're making quite a few tips similar to each other. Carlton versus Port Adelaide at the Gabba. Port Adelaide, obviously, a couple of weeks ago played at the Gabba and they got done a bit dirty by the old Brisbane Lions. But who are you going here, mate?
I'm going to go Port here. I think Carlton are coming off a really good win. They'll take a bit of confidence, but I don't know why. I think they'll play a bit of a cocky style and think they're going into this and will win it. But I think Port will actually beat them by a big margin. I'm going to take Port by 29.
Well, that's not really that big. That's not really that big. No, I want to take Carlton. I might even take him just for the fun of it, really, because when you're up top by so much, you may as well. But no, I'm joking. I'm going to take Port Adelaide. I think Carlton will put on a show, but I don't know where you're getting this cocky vibe from them. But I will take Port Adelaide, and I'll take them by 20 points. I think Carlton, they're going to be thereabouts this year, like here, there. I don't think this is the win. I honestly think that was a lot to do with them getting that one game right, and then they're not going to probably get some maybe the second quarter, the first or second. I'd say the second quarter they'll get that wrong, and Port Adelaide will take it away from there, and that's where I think that they're going to come undone this year. Next up, we've got Hawthorn versus the Melbourne Demons. I'm going to take Hawthorn here, and I'm going to take Hawthorn by 30 points.
I'm taking Hawthorn by 24.
There you go. Gee whiz, that was quick. Bang, bang. Easy days. Next up, Fremantle. Ooh, we've got a bit of a cheeky one here. Fremantle versus West Coast up the stadium. The West Coast rivalry. The West Coast derby, son. You're up here first, mate. Where are you going there?
I've got a feeling this will be a really interesting game. I haven't got it being as tight as it should be because these are two teams that aren't playing at their best, but I think the Eagles
against Buddy. Freo just beat St Kilda, mate.
But they're also at the bottom. But they've gotten a good win. They're going to take a bit of confidence out. I probably should tip Freo, but I'm not. And I think that the Eagles get the ball rolling, and I'm going to take the Eagles by 30.
No, I was just trying to convince you to take Freo, mate. Of course I'm taking West Coast here. West Coast are going back home. They are a premiership contender this year simply because of the fact they're going to play the rest of the season basically at home. And it's just ridiculous. Like, if you thought that Parramatta were being favoured or any of the Sydney teams were being favoured, like, you wait until you see the AFL with West Coast and bloody Fremantle. But West Coast are the only ones who actually have a genuine chance of potentially doing something with their team list. They've been shit this year, but that's because they're all over the shop. They're buddy everywhere, man. They're Gold Coast, buddy, here, they're everywhere. So I'll take West Coast here, and I'll take them by 30 points. I think Freo might show something. But did you take 30, did you? Did you say 30?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, there you go. And then finally, we've got Adelaide Crows versus St Kilda. Jeez. I'll take St Kilda here. Rory's slowing out for the Crows. And nothing too much interesting going there for Adelaide. But they are at home. They are at Adelaide Oval. But I'm still taking St Kilda here to bounce back after a loss to Freo.
You almost want to take St Kilda by 100 the way the Crows are playing, but I'm going to take St Kilda by 35. I think they're a real safe bet this weekend against a poor Crows outfit. They actually haven't beaten the Crows, though, in a long time. It's been 12 years.
It's been 12 years. Well, that's actually, that's a long time. That's a long time. But so that wraps us up for this AFL. We've only tipped 2 games different this week. So we went against each other with Essendon versus Dogs, and we went against each other with GW West versus Brisbane. So you better damn well hope that you get those 2 right. You better damn well hope you get those 2 right, because I think I'm 8. I think I'm 8 ahead of you. So if I get those 2 right, whoa, I'm gonna be getting there. There could be 10 above you, but it's gonna be interesting nonetheless. A little easier than I guess, well, from tipping point of view, not from hindsight point of view, but tipping point of view, I guess it was a little bit easier than I thought. But there you go. So guys, if you do enjoy these AFL tips each week, then obviously go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. We do this every single week, obviously with the NRL, AFL, Super Rugby, and A League as well. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today, and we will see you next time. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.